So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your whiteboard animation. You can do it in different styles you like, okay? But I'm going to show you how to make the hands move and how to make the hand we start writing on the board. Okay, yeah. So in my example, I imported a board on it. I imported a board for my own example, okay? So you might not use a board, you might just use a normal plain background, or just use whichever creative style you deem fit to organize it, okay? So the board doesn't really matter. What matters is the hand drawing the particular maybe image or letters writing or writing on the video for you. That's just what you need. So if you want to know how I got this and how I got this and is a JPEG, is a PNG form. It's not a JPEG, it's a PNG form. So if you have a place you can download the PNG form. Don't download the JPEG. But if you don't know where to get stuff like this, by the time you join my students, I'm going to teach you how to get this and in the JPEG and PNG form rather, for you to use for a whiteboard animation, okay? You can use different styles of hand, not only limited to this kind of hand, of which I can freely give my students that are going to register for it. So without wasting much time making this video, I already imported everything I wanted, okay? So let me assume this hand is on this drawing here. This drawing here, you see the hand is covering it. So if I want to put this drawing on top of the hand, I'll just go to arrange, and then I'll bring the drawing to the front, and then the hand will move backward a bit, okay? But now I want the hand to be shown on top of the image, so I'll bring this hand up. So for those of you that have been following my videos, you already know how to arrange things, okay? So I just need to show you that as a quick way. So I want to start my animating right away, so you can start your points from anywhere. So like this hand, I didn't start it from beginning, so I want to start it from beginning, from start, and I want it to end at the end, on the end. The same thing I want to do but normally it depends on what you want to do, because if you want to do a whiteboard animation, it's not a straightforward stuff, so you don't need to do everything from start, because you have different way of moving the hand and different things that you want to display and start. So but because of this explanation, I want to use only one thing to display, and that is this drawing under that hand. You can see it, the hand is on it. So if I start the drawing, I'll start it from start. Oh, I've not picked the drawing. Yeah, so from start. Okay, so now this is what happens. That drawing, I'm going to turn on my transform. I'm going to toggle on my transform, so that's it. So I'll crop it, like I told you. I'll crop it to make it disappear. Okay. Once I have been able to make it disappear, I will now click this one, the hand, and I also toggle on transform. Once I toggle on transform for the hand, so that means that's where my hand needs to start. That's the starting point for the hand. So by now you should have observed the top of that drawing and the bottom and the angles where you want to move the hand. So I will now adjust my timeline to the front. Okay. So after that, I want to move my hand from this place to, let's say, this place. Okay, so let's go and look at the arrange. If you want to see the other board, the other drawing, it has disappeared right now. There's no way you can be able to see it. So just press it. Just go to that arrange and you see the drawing there. You press it, click done. Once you do that, you are already on the arrange. So you see that the timeline of the arrange to move forward along with the hand. Okay, so you want it to look see the hand just draw a part of it downwards. Can you see it? So That's the first step. After that, you go back to the hand again. Okay, you can also go back. You can also use this drawing and move the timeline forward. Okay, once you move the timeline forward, it depends on how fast you want the hand to be. That's how you adjust the timeline. So I now increase the crop for the drawing again. So therefore, I will now click on my hand, and then the timeline for the hand to have increased. I'll move forward. So I want to move the hand as if I just finished drawing that down, and I'm just finished drawing up as well. Okay, so then I will click on the drawing again, and then I will shift the timeline forward. Okay, once I shift the timeline forward, um I will increase it again. I will increase the drawing. All right, and then I'll click the hand again. The timeline for the hand has also increased with the drawing. So what I'll just do is I will move the hand downward again, as if I'm just drawing that lower part of the drawing. Can you see it? So I'll click on the drawing again. Whichever one you want, you can move anyone first, but depend on what you want to do. I understand. So I'll click on the drawing. So I will now expand the timeline, because if I still go and expand the drawing without moving the timeline forward, I'll still be moving it on that same last point that I just finished transforming. Okay, so I need to move it forward so that I can be able to now adjust it. Okay, so once I adjust it, I'll now take my hand up again. I'll now take the hand, I'll now draw it up again. Okay, so once I do that, down to the, so I'll move the timeline forward. So I click on my drawing now. So I now expand it. Okay, so once I expand it, I'll click my hand. I'll change to my hand. Then I'll move the hand downwards as if I just finished drawing that part. Okay, so I'll move the timeline forward again. Alright, so if you let me move the timeline forward and do this last step, and then I will adjust the drawing. Can you see it? Can you see it? So once I adjust the drawing, I will take this hand. Sometimes you might need to make the hand look as if you are drawing it slantly, not straightforward, like slant drawing. Sometimes you might need to make it much, anyhow you want it, like that, how fast. Then I'll move down, and then I'll click on the hand, and then you see that I have not transformed the hand on this at this point. So there's no green stuff at this place where the red line is. Okay, so wherever your red line is, that's where you are transforming. That's the point you are transforming. You understand now? So once I move my hand upward again, you see that the green shape will be there. It means that you have transformed that side. Okay, so if there is any place that you feel you make a mistake, you are going to scroll your red line on that timeline that is showing on that timeline, that's pointing to your timeline. You are going to scroll it to that point, that green shape. You see that is a mistake. You want to remove it, just point it. Let it be pointing at the middle center of that diamond shape. Yeah, that is green. You need to point at the center. Then you now click the one that is, you now click the white diamond that's below, that just have a white fill. So you click it. Once you click, before you click it, check it. You see that there's a minus sign on it. That means once you click that minus sign, it's going to delete that. Can you see it? It's gone. So let me undo it and show you another way you can use it. So like this one now that's here, I have increased the timeline. Okay, so if I want to put that green diamond on that place, I can either move my button. Assuming I'm okay with where this hand is, I will just press this white diamond that has a white outline. I'll just press it, once I press it, it will add a transform point to that place. But because I'm not okay with that where the hand is, let me just click. You see that on that diamond with white outline, you see that you see plus sign on it because there's no transform point at that place for now. You have not done any transformation there. Once you click it, it's going to add the transformation. And by the time it adds the transformation, you can just scroll your hand downwards. Okay, so that's how to delete and add a transformation point from anything you're animating. So this is a whiteboard animation. So let's go for further. Okay, this one. Let me just play it. Let's see. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see? Can you see? So now let me copy this one. Let me duplicate it. Okay, so this one now, let me make it disappear. Okay, so that by the time you play that part, it's going to write the hand and it will disappear. Let me delete this. Okay, look at this. It disappears, right? So let me undo it back and put that on my. So this one I'm talking about here. This one I'm talking about here. I want to use it for another use. So you see that by the time I duplicate it, it still has the same transformation of the previous one. That is that I copy and paste it somewhere else in another thing. So you still have the same transformation. I can clear the whole transformation. Okay, I can clear it by either turning off the transform. Once I turn off the transform toggle, if I turn it off, it will disappear. So you can start from beginning. You see, you can start from beginning. You see, I'm adding that transform point. So let me undo the 3 points I just did now and undo the toggle off that I did on it. So if you don't want to clear everything, you can use your other method I told you about. Just make sure your diamond shape and green diamond shape is your red arrow on that timeline is at the middle of that green diamond shape. You see the way it blinks, so that it's already at the middle. Press it, and you see minus on that end, the one at the bottom. You click it. That means you are minusing that one from it. Okay. Maybe you don't want to clear everything at once by turning off toggle and turning it back and turning it on back. You see, I'll just clear everything. That way. I'll clear everything that way. So why I want to even clear everything is because I want to show you another example. So another example is by using text. You can use text. Okay. You can use text. So this text. So see that the text is on it. So go and rearrange it. Let your hand be on top of the text. You drag the hand up above the text. So your hand is above it. So now let me click on the text and then transform the text. Okay, so once I transform the text, I'll just go to. Now for the text, it's quite different. For the text, you just go for a size. You look at the option on that text. The option for that text is below the screen. Press the size. After you press the size, you look for crop. Once you look for crop, you will now look for the one that is going to wipe it to the end. Okay, you can see it. So that means I made it disappear. So I actually make it appear back. Okay, so I want to take note of those points of the text. So that's the beginning of the text. So now I will press the text again. I'll make it disappear. So this one I'm going to, okay, wait, I'm going to the text, I'm going to make it to the end. The text, okay, the text to the end, until the end. Okay, so the hand is already to the end. Now look at the text. I'm going to crop it. Press resize, crop. So once you press crop, you look for that angle that's going to make it clear. So you might decide to make it disappear, or you might decide to make it appear a little bit. Okay, now I made it appear a little bit. Now look at where my pencil of that hand is the pencil of the hand is on it. So I'll just move the timeline forward, and then I will now press this place and make it appear longer again. So I will now press the hand, and then I will bring down the hand to this point. Okay, once I do that, it's going to be a little bit complicated. I'll press the text. Make sure that you have pressed the text. Okay, if you cannot be able to press the text, maybe you have made it disappear, you can't see it. I've told you, you can click on this hand, click on the hand and look for the arrange option. You see the text there, press it and press done. The text, you are now on the text. Now go and look for the size option, and then you now increase the you increase the crop, not the movement, not the position. You increase the crop. You already did this now, so I will increase the crop. Now the hand too, I'm going to increase the timeline and move the hand somewhere to this point. Can you see it now? So I'll now press the hand. I'll increase the point again. Okay, so that it will appear. So I will now press this hand. I will increase the timeline as well, and then I'll move the hand to this place. You can also look for the position option for the hand as well, but I'm using my hand to manually drag it and move it. Okay, so I click on the text, I make it appear again. Okay, so I'll bring this hand, I'll increase the timeline, and I will bring this hand down here. Okay, so once I've done that, I'll press the text again. I'm going to increase it. So I might decide to make it more faster. So I press this hand and I increase everything again. I increase the timeline. Okay, and I move it up. Let me put it at this point. Then I press the text again. I make it appear. I make it appear again. I make it appear. No. I make it appear, and then I press this hand. I increase the timeline and I move it. And I move it to this side. You can see that I've not moved the okay, so the right thing again. I'm going to make it appear. So I'll move the hand as well again. I'll increase the timeline. I will put the hand up somewhere at the top here, at the T, the other side, the hand of the T, on that right thing. So I press this text again. I will increase it again to go forward. So it's just like you are making a combination of up and down. in different points at different points of that text. That's what you are making it to look like. So be very careful not to make it go too forward. So I press this and I increase the timeline first, so I don't make two movements on the same point. Then I'll slash it down at the bottom of this writing. Can you see it? Then I'll press this text again. I'll increase it. Okay, I'll increase it. Yeah, I'll increase it to this side. Yeah. So I'll press this down again, and I will increase the timeline. Then I'll move the hand to the top here, somewhere at the top here, or at the top. Yeah, at the top, somewhere at the top here. So I'll press this text again. I will increase the timeline as well. Okay, I'll increase the timeline. So once I do that, I'll press the text, and then I'll press the text. I will with the text, the option is no longer there. The size crop. Then I will increase it again. Then once I am done with that, I'll press the hand. Then once I press the hand, I will increase the timeline. So the reason why I'm starting with that hand is because I need to see the letter before I move the hand. So I press downward again. So I move the I've not moved the timeline. Okay, I will move the timeline now. So I'll move the timeline to this place. So I want to make it fast here. So you see that I've skipped that side. I skipped that side and E, and I move to the V, to the W. So I press the letter again, and then I'm going to increase the crop. Okay, so let me just end it like this. Alright, so this one too now, I'm going to increase the timeline, and I'm going to move the hand up. I see that. So once I've done that, now I want to make the hand disappear while the text is still there. So I'm not going to touch the text again. I'm going to focus on the hand now. I'll move the timeline forward, and I will bring the hand down. Is either I bring it down once or at one, step by step, or I take it out at once from this point, or I take it down step by step, so that we exit slowly. Okay, that will make it look quite natural. I see down. So now, because I'm only focusing on one text, so you want to make another scene of another text, you can do it. So you can have combination of the hand show and different writings on one scene. So just for a quick view for those that are in this class, for this free class, but once you join the master class, I will take you step by step. I will teach you and hold you by the hand. That's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be dropping the link. So this one now, I'm not that before. I'm not going to one. That's important.